is Rugby Roundup. Coming up, Bees lose again, we talk to Moseley's Neil Mason, and Stourbridge get back to winning ways. Hello and welcome to Brian Dick's Rugby Roundup. I'm joined by the voice of Midlands Rugby, Brian Dick. Hello Brian.
Hi Chrissy.
Hi there. But first let's start with Russell Earnshaw, who had a few strong words to say to his side after the defeat at Doncaster.
I like the passion in defence. I think, missing one-on-one tackles like we did is at times embarrassing. Thought we scrummaged well. Don't think the referee gave us a fair deal there. Speaking to their players, I think they're of the same opinion that they've got one over on him there. I thought the line-out was good. Our defensive driving line-outs was good, but just basic tackling. Day one of under sixes.
That was pretty scathing. Do you think he was justified?
Yeah, I think so. I should probably start off, Chrissy, by saying it sounds as though Russell's about to cry in that clip. I should put a bit of context in it. He was standing there in the freezing cold, having just dislocated his shoulder about an hour earlier. So thanks to him for talking to us. He was scathing, and as you say, it was justified. Bees were terrible. They basically, as he said, they didn't tackle at all. They just didn't man up. There were some of those guys, when they look back at that tape, they're going to be pretty embarrassed about what they did. Mitch Culpin missed a couple of really easy tackles. Sam Brown had a rough day with both Doncaster scrum halves. And it seems every time Bees take a step forward, they take two steps back at the moment.
So what can he do to pick them up?
Well, they've got this game on Saturday. They've got Pontypridd. That's again, it's always going to be difficult because they haven't won at all this season. What Russell needs to do now is he needs to find the guys that aren't going to take the side forward, weed those out, and basically he needs to settle on his 22 now for this weekend, the 22 that's going to start in the playoffs the following Saturday, and they basically need to go at it. They absolutely desperately need to win this Saturday, and if they don't, they're just going to have no momentum going into those playoffs, and in that situation you really fear for them.
More tough times ahead for Bees. Well, now let's turn to Moseley and let's hear from Neil Mason about Friday's cup tie.
Friday night's game is all to do with the build-up for Bristol for us. It's a game where we're going to go in, concentrate on our own game, not so much on the opponents, and try and get all our facets of the game up to scratch for the following Saturday. Bedford are a quality side, and whenever we play against them, we try our best. We get our best performance out, but it's just something. I don't think it's a thing in our mindset or anything like that we go and play Bedford and we always lose. We'll go into this game with the same mindset we go into every game, and we're going to win.
So he sees that as a dress rehearsal for Bristol. What do you think?
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Both sides are out of the British and Irish Cup. Effectively, this is a bigger match for Moseley because they need to get some momentum ahead of this Bristol game, which is a week on Saturday. What would do that would be a first victory against Bedford in 11 attempts. That dates back to 2001. That statistic. They've just, for some reason, they always seem to struggle against Bedford. And if they can put that right on Friday night, they really are moving in the right direction, and they will have a chance against Bristol.
So why do they seem to struggle so much against Bedford?
Well, first and foremost, Bedford are a good side, and they have been throughout that period, but they'll need to bring their backs into the game. They've widened their game out a little bit of late. They need to carry on with that, and they need to play with pace, because if they just try this static, forward-dominated approach that they always seem to get sucked into, then they're just going to go nowhere.
Well, let's hope they can do it. Now let's move on to Stourbridge, who won 84-0. Great win.
A vital win. It was a great win, and it was a vital win. They've got a really big match this Saturday against Cinderford. They travel down to the Forest of Dean. Cinderford are pretty strong, but Stourbridge actually go there, with a spring in their step. They scored 14 tries against Manchester. Now, most teams do that, but it had been 4 games since Stourbridge had actually won, so it comes at a really good time ahead of what is basically a decisive fixture for them. If Stourbridge win this, and they're well capable, if they win this, they seem set for mid-table. If they lose it, they're sucked back again, and it's such a tight situation at the bottom there that one game could swing it for either way.
Thanks for joining us, Brian, and thank you for watching. Join us next week when we look back at all the action from Pontypridd and Bedford. Bye for now.